श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। एकदेव सर्वभूतेषु गूढः सर्वभूत अंतरात्मा कर्माध्यक्ष सर्वभूताधिवास साक्षी चेता केवल निर्गुणस्य. There is one God in the whole universe, and that one God pervades the entire universe inclusively, and He lives in each being, living and non-living, and remaining within us. He is doing all works. Without Him, there is no work. Not only He is doing work, He is also the principal of our all activities. कर्माध्यक्ष केवल निर्गुणस्य साक्षी चेता केवल निर्गुणस्य. He is doing all works, but He is witness to our all activities, and He is beyond all qualities, and He is absolute. So, from this verse, it is inferred that God appears to be of two kinds. One is Saguna God, Saguna Bhagavan, that is qualified God. Another is unqualified God, that is Brahma. One qualified God is Ishwara, Bhagavan. Unqualified God is Brahma. Our ultimate aim of our life is to get this realization of Brahma, that is called God realization. Individually, it is called self-realization, and universally, this state is called God realization. So, we need these two types of liberation or realization. To attain this stage of God realization, there are so many types of ways. Some are chanting, some are uttering mantra, some are meditating, some are doing penance, so many ways. But in the era of truth, Satya Yuga, only people are meditating. And this meditation procedure is called Kriya Yoga. So Kriya Yoga is a way of meditation to realize God within. What is this Kriya Yoga? This word Kriya Yoga is constituted of two words, Kriya and Yoga. And Kriya is constituted of two letters, Kri and Ya. Kri means to do the work. Ya means the soul or the power of the soul. In each body, in every person, that soul abides in the form of Ya. And remaining within each person, that Ya, power of the soul, is doing all works. That is our activity or Kri. This is Kriya. That means the soul remains within us and remaining within us, and He is doing all works. That is called Kriya. Yoga means union. Union of an individual self with the universal self. Union of a soul with God. By the practice of this Kriya Yoga, one can attain the state of a union of a perception of a union of a soul with God. This is called Yoga. To attain this stage of a God realization, we need the practice of Kriya Yoga. There are many yogas, but among all these yogas, Kriya Yoga is the topmost yoga, by the practice of which one can reach the stage of God relation or self-relation. This Kriya Yoga is based on breath control. Breath control is a self-control. By the control of a breath, one can control the mind. And by the control of mind, one can control over sense organs, ego. And by that, one can attain this stage of absoluteness. Absolute state, that is state of unqualified God, that is Brahma. So in Kriya Yoga, there are some steps. So steps after step, one is to arrive this Godhood stage, but through breath control. This breath control is constituted of some steps of bandha, mudra, pranayam and other yogic processes. This Kriya Yoga will give us two things. One is the Kriya stage, another is the Yoga stage. In Kriya stage, one can experience the doership of Ya in all activities or through all activities we are performing by your different body parts, sense organs, mind, intellect, ego. Generally we experience that we are doing the work. For the practice of this Kriya Yoga, we can elevate it to one stage in which we can experience that the power of soul is remaining within us, and remaining within us, he is doing all works. This is called Kriya stage. Without Ya, there is no work. Yoga means the perception of a union of a individual soul with the universal self. Individual self with the universal self. Atma Paramatma union. The union of a soul with the Supreme Spirit or Supreme Soul. That is Brahma or God. How to attain this stage? Our mind, intellect, ego, consciousness are full of evil propensities. As long as we have these evil propensities within these are fourfold intellect, fourfold organs, antaskaran chatushtaya, we cannot arrive at this spiritual state of God realization. So by the practice of Kriya Yoga, we can attain one stage of absoluteness, which is the godly stage. By attaining this stage, we can experience God within us. We can experience that we are not separated from God. We are one with God. God is not different from us, and we are not different from God. We are one and the same. And when you achieve this, then in your every activity, we perceive the doership of our soul, in our all activity while we are performing. We are not the doer of the activity, works, but soul, power of soul, that is a soul doer in our whole body system. This is the practical life, this is the experience in practical life. And there is another stage, that is absolute stage. By the practice of this higher stage of Kriya Yoga, we can arrive at one stage where we can reach a stage of functionlessness of a body, mind, intellect, ego, sense organs, and all body parts. And we shall go beyond the body sense, sense of the universe, and sense of the intellect, sense we have not this within this physical consciousness, but super consciousness state. And then by practice of this Kriya Yoga, we can elevated from super consciousness to cosmic consciousness state, and from cosmic consciousness to akasmic consciousness state, that is Brahmi Sthiti Avastha, the realization of God, Brahma. Yasa Brahmi Sthiti Partha, Naipo Prapyo Vimihati, Sthitva Santokalapi, Brahma Nirvanam Richati. In Gita, 7th verse, 2nd chapter, this verse is written. This is the Brahmi Sthiti Avastha, to abide in the Godhood state. And if you only remain, even within the time of death, in this state, then the person will merge into God and will never meet the rebirth. This is called liberation during lifetime, Jivan Mukta Avastha. Liberation while a person is in living period. And another is Vidya Mukti, that is called liberation after the fall of body or death of body. These are the two types of liberation, Jivan Mukti, Vidya Mukti. By the practice of this Kriya Yoga, one can attain this Jivan Mukti state. Kriya Yoga is based on breath control. We have to control the breath. By control the breath, we can control the mind. By control the mind, we can control the sense organs and ego. When you can control all, then you can reach one stage called breathlessness stage. Our breath will completely stop. Even our body function, mind function will be completely stopped, and we are remaining in a stage of functionlessness of a body, mind, intellect, and we are beyond the sense of the universe. It is called Vidya-avastha. And in this stage, we can be identified with the all-pervading God, and that is called Brahmi Sthiti Avastha or Brahma Nirvana Avastha. This is the ultimate stage of a human life. Only by the practice of this Kriya Yoga, one can attain this final stage or the ultimate stage of life, that is Brahma Nirvana, Mukti or liberation. Lord Krishna has told, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja aham tam sarva papabhyo mukhya ishami masucha. You give up all and surrender yourself to the instruction of Lord Krishna. What is the instruction? Tapasvi Vedika Yogi Jnana Bhapi Madadika Karma Vyasta Adhika Yogi Tasma Yogi Bhavarjuna. There are 4 types of yogas: Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga. Here in this verse, Lord Krishna told, Tapasvi Vedika Yogi. A yogi is better than a man of penance, tapasvi. And also a yogi is better than a man of knowledge, jnana yogi. Karma bhasya yogi, and also a yogi is better than a karma yogi. A yogi who is performing karma yoga, niskama karma yoga. Tasma yogi bhavarjuna. Therefore, in this verse, clearly it is indicated that Lord Krishna instructed Arjuna not to become a Jnana Yogi, Tapasvi or Karma Yogi, but become a Yogi, a Raj Yogi with breath control. Breath control is self-control. Self-control is the control over your whole body system, mind system, and you can go beyond the body and the mind. And you will remain in the absolute state that is as good as a God stage. And this is the ultimate stage of a human life. So, this ultimate state is the highest goal of a human life, and this is the ending point of a practice of a yoga or kriya. So with this much, I finish this talk.